Are you worried about how you're going to have enough money for your club this year? Keep watching. Hey everyone, this is Audra with Pathfinder Strong. Today I want to talk about money and funding your club. Now, this is based on my own experience that we do here in Southern America to make sure that we have enough money to take care of things for the year. So first off is we're very supported by our church. Our church gives Pathfinders a line item in the budget, which means that we get a monthly allowance from the church. Now, is it a lot? No, it's a couple $100s a month, but it's better than nothing, and it's enough with the other things that we do to be able to fund what we need to. The other thing we do is that we have our club members pay dues. Now, there's a couple of ways that I've personally done this, and I'll tell you about them and which one that I think is the best option. So we've tried having club members pay monthly, twice a year. We've done what we call the nickel and dimed option, which is just pay as you go. Like every time we do anything, you pay a little bit towards it. But the option that we like the best is we have one flat fee that our club members pay once a year, and that's it. Let me tell you about that. So at the beginning of the year, on registration day, our club members pay $100 for the whole year. And that includes all of the weekly programming, all of the honors and classes that we do. It also includes a uniform, whatever you need for your uniform, and 2 club t-shirts, a club polo shirt, and a club hoodie. That sounds like a lot and expensive because let's face it, when you go to buy your club uniform from like Advent Source, if you're here in North America, it's pretty expensive. So are t-shirts and all that. So what we do with that is not every year kids need stuff. They may be fine for a couple years in a row and they haven't outgrown anything. When they do outgrow something, in order to get a new size, we require them to swap it out. So if they've been in a small t-shirt and now they need a medium, we'll give them medium t-shirts, but they have to bring back the small ones, which then allows us to use those again. Same way with club uniform. When they outgrow their uniform top, we require them to turn that back into us before we give them the new larger size. So it's kind of like a rental situation. They just get to keep turning it in for a new one. When they get to if they move away, we don't require them to give it back. Or if they grow up and go to college, we don't require them to give it back. Some do. But doing that allows us to always keep a pretty good stockpile of different sizes and pieces that we can usually pick from and fulfill needs without having to do a lot of extra ordering. One other thing we do is we do have a clause on our registration fee that extra activities are sometimes an additional cost. So for example, if we decide to go on an outing or a campout, usually on campouts we don't charge a lot extra. Sometimes we do like $5 per person, and I just add that to the packing list. Like, here's the things you need to bring for the weekend, and one of those bullet points is $5, and every kid brings $5. Now that's not a lot, but it's enough to subsidize. If we go on an outing where we need tickets, like to a theme park or something, then our go-to amount for that is usually $20 per person to subsidize the cost for the tickets, and usually works out with what we have stockpiled in the club, between what the church gives us and between what members subsidize just for those special outings. So we do offer also payment plans. There are some families that can't afford $100 up front at the beginning of the year, especially if they have 3 or 4 kids. So we do payment plans where they can do it break it up in halves or in quarters. We've even worked with a family on monthly ones. Really doesn't matter to me as long as we get that in the end. If your club is not so blessed to be supported by your church board or your church family, one thing I know that a friend of mine has done is gone to some private donors, so some families that are invested in Pathfinders, and have said, hey, we'll support Pathfinders with $50 a month, or we'll support Pathfinders with X, and then you get those small little donations coming in monthly, and it kind of subsidizes that if you don't have support from your church board. Okay, so lastly, sometimes families just can't pay or just don't pay, and I personally have decided that I never want finances to be a reason for kids not coming to Pathfinders ever. So, you know, sometimes it's easy to feel disgruntled or whatever toward somebody who's not holding up their end of the financial bargain. But what you have to realize is they have their own struggles and things too that you don't know about. And really, what is our goal here? And our goal is to get kids ready to go to heaven. And if you just stick with that, the Lord is going to provide whatever financial needs you have in another way. Sometimes you have to be creative, but keep in mind that, you know, if the parents aren't able or aren't keeping up their end of the deal to pay, it's not the kids' fault. Let's keep them in Pathfinders and keep teaching them about Jesus. I really love to hear about how you fund your club or how you get the money that you need. Please share that in the comments below and like and subscribe. See you next time.